Howdy folks, sorry about that. We ran out of the old memory card. It was full. That's why that clip came to an abrupt end, the last one. Anyway, where I was at was I was just about to put some kind of decoration onto that bottle with this brush, which I actually did, but unfortunately it was lost because the last clip was. But I'm just going to bring you down, and there is the pot in question. Now I said to you, remember, that it didn't appear to have just missed a bit of glaze on the inside there, but it doesn't matter because this is a lamp base and that's going to where the fitting is going to go, so it isn't going to show. But I just wanted to let's see, I wanted to do some kind of decoration on this. What I'm going to do is, very often, a pot, it's quite good to have something up here around so I'm just going to band a bit extra copper. You notice I'm working in a fairly restricted way. I'm only using the white base glaze and this copper carbonate. So I'm just going to brush on a bit extra thickness up there, hopefully just to accentuate that. Now I just want to look at the shape of the pot, and we'll try and get some kind of decoration onto it which may be appropriate. It's a case of feeling one's way, pretty much, and I'm looking at the pot and I'm letting the pot try to sort of say something to me. I don't know if you can see here in this light, but because there was some like double thicknesses going on here when I was pouring it, you notice I banded on copper carbonate all over the outside of the pot. Now I've done it slightly in a kind of wispy kind of way, alright, and it's missed in places slightly, but I'm not going to worry about it. So I think Carlos is just about to arrive. So yeah. So hi Carlos, how you doing?
Fine.
Good. Hey, just bear with me. I'm just doing this clip here for the guys. So yeah, the wispiness of this, it isn't like a solid block of colour over the whole of the outside of the piece, and I've just let the brush come down a little bit, varying thicknesses as it comes around, and I have to keep on adding more because the brush dries up. So but you see here where there was this double thickness. Now that you see how that has gone like that. Well, that's already given me some sort of inspiration. So what I want to do is pick up on what the pot is already giving to me. All right, so I just wanted to try to take something which is going to just sort of flow there. You see, along that. Now these kind of brushes, they do lend themselves. Now you see, because I'd already brushed over the surface with this, the surface at the moment is powdery, slightly. So it's sometimes the end of the brush isn't flicking exactly as I would like it to, but just, you know, trying to get the thing about the nature and stuff isn't it, that nothing is symmetrical in nature. Everything is a little bit asymmetrical. So I think, you know, in our decorations it's good to just be a little bit asymmetric sometimes. Now I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, well, I don't know, Yeah, well. Now I'm going to leave the other side vacant, I think, although I might just do a squiggle.
All you need is a little bit of blue, and you have your beach and your palm trees.
Yeah. You're going to try here. Whoop. Don't. It's a little squiggle I do on a lot of pots. It doesn't mean anything. It's not some secret code sign. Neither is it a snake or anything. It's just a squiggle. But it's sometimes it's also a squiggle that I kind of like. It kind of fits some pots. So that little number. Now what I need to do is, of course, at this stage, clean off the bottom of the pot. I have to be a bit careful while I'm handling the pot now, because the pot is has been glazed, etc. So I'm just cleaning that off. Now there's a slight variation, wobbliness here, where I poured over from the down with when I poured.
Can you re-pour that, or it might make the thick?
It? No, you couldn't re-pour that now. Well, I've just done a decoration on it. I can't re-pour over it, otherwise it will obliterate the decoration.
On the bottom, I mean?
Oh, you mean the bottom? Sorry, yeah, no. Actually, in this case, I want to leave it like that because there's something sort of natural about it, and I was just, we're so used to having everything very perfect, we're perfectionistic, and this kind of ceramics there's something about the imperfections of it sometimes that I quite like, especially this sort of raku type of work, which is rather loose and free and more lively in some ways. So anyway, that was that fella. So I'm going to put him to one side, and he's going to go into the kiln in a moment. And why don't I just show you. Let's just lift the camera up a bit, pointed over there. I just got some other pots that I'm going to put into this kiln. I just thought I'd just quickly show you. Nothing that different than what before, but I just want to bring you up to date. You see, this is again brushed over with the copper carbonate, and then again copper carbonate on top of that, but thicker, doing these kind of C marks, as I call them. Alright, there's that fella. That one's going to go in the kiln. Exciting. What's this one? This is another one of these, similar to what we had in there before, with a swirl on the inside with some copper speckles, which I spattered with the end of the brush. What else? Oh, we got this one here. Can't remember if I've talked about this one before. This is a bowl which will be black on the outside. You can see it's got a rather unusual square foot on this one, which I did. I was playing around really. So there's that one. That's got to go in with the banded design.
Like
again,
that.
you see.
I like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And these just simple flecks. Simple. And what else? I had a disaster early on. I did this one, which is going to go up on the internet because I think people need to see mistakes as well as, And this one, I poured it badly, and so there you go. These are some ones here, which some little bowls which I indented. So I'm just glazing those in a very simple way. Oh yeah, some more of these, of course, where you've seen these before, like that. Nothing new about those. We've done those before. I've got some more stuff here that I need to do. Stuff I got out of that last bisque firing, which we did, the one that was unloading and reloading.
So you got your trivet.
My trivet.
Yeah. Is that a trivet?
What?
That thing on top of
No, that's a pot stand.
Oh, it's a pot stand.
Yeah, this is actually a cool idea because, yeah, we did touch on this once, didn't we, folks? About making a pot stand, which is just simply thrown like that, cut off the wheel, scalloped out, okay, and then the top side here you trim off, and that's a great. If you want to, you see, exhibit a bowl, it lifts it up, doesn't it? Gives it, and that will fit with, you know, so many different shapes, but especially bowl shapes. That works very well with. So that's something you can make, and those themselves, I actually raku them, so they come out absolutely matte black, you know. So they don't really draw any attention to themselves. That's not the idea, that they draw attention to themselves. It's just that they lift the pot up and I suppose it's similarly like what a picture frame does for a picture. So a pot stand, in a way, does for a pot, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And you can have different designs, and it just serves to just lift it up and show it off for its best. Anyway, Simon Leach here saying, hang on in there, keep practicing. Make mistakes. That's the key. Make mistakes. Don't think that by doing pottery you're not going to make mistakes. You're going to make lots of mistakes. But you know that your mistakes sometimes can be stepping stones to... Don't think of making a mistake as a negative. Try and keep your mind open that you can see it as sometimes it can be a positive thing, a mistake, because it can shunt you off in a different direction than what you were thinking that you were going. And sometimes that's exciting. So...
Very exciting.
So, Carlos, what are you going to do? Get some clay and you can have a go on this wheel here?
Either one.
Why don't you use that wheel? Because that wheel I'm doing raku over on that wheel.
Okay.
If you use this wheel,
alright.
There's some clay, I think, somewhere. Well, there's some clay here. You can use that clay if you like, that one.
Okay.
If you need it up here on the end of the bench, we'll make a space.
Alright.
And we'll get you going there. Okay, folks, that's it. We'll see you soon. Take care. Keep practicing. Hang on in there. Bye bye now.